Hey there everybody, this is Johnny here bringing to you another episode of my Vainglory gameplay. Welcome to the show and thank you so much for watching all my previous videos. If you haven't, you can always check out my YouTube channel. I think it's close to about 20 odd episodes by now, close to 30 I think. I really want to thank all of you guys who have been watching my shows, who have subscribed to my channel, and also given me some comments as well along the way to help make my videos better. So now this time around, we're going to do another solo casual match, and this is going to be for one of my ex-favorite heroes, and that is Krul. Now, Krul, as you know, has always predominantly been a weapon-powered hero. You remember those days where all he had to build was a breaking point and a Shiver Steel, and he'll be just terrorizing the enemy team. But now, because in update 1.14, the breaking point has been changed, you actually need to have some weapon damage, weapon power first before you can build the breaking point for it to be effective. So I've seen Sorrowblade Krul go around recently, and yes, Sorrowblade Krul is absolutely crazy too. So nothing's changed in terms of Krulness. There's still a meta where Krul is just literally the undying. Instead, okay, so let's talk about this particular episode. Now, this is going to be for CP Krul. Now, CP Krul, this will basically be predominantly focused around his burst damage, as well as his abilities, of course. The burst damage would mostly come from his A ability. That gives him also a huge barrier because you are CP powered, crystal powered, and it gives him good survivability as long as you can keep using that Dead Man's Rush. Right. However, as you can see, right, while I'm doing my farming with Glaive right here as we're heading to the shop, you notice that I upgraded my Dead Man's Rush first. I still wouldn't recommend it because I keep thinking in the back of my mind that I need to rush my Dead Man's Rush. Yeah. So I kept thinking that, oh yeah, because you want to maximize it and you want to get the overdrive as soon as possible. But as a first item, ability, maybe you might want to try Smite instead. The Spectral Smite does allow you to clear jungles slightly faster. And also lets you get HP back as well. Yeah, but that's of little matter right now because by the time you're done with one rotation, you might already have both abilities anyway. So that's good. Okay, moving on. So the other thing about this build is what I'm going to rush for is an Aftershock. For two reasons, mostly because number one, it gives you that added burst, and secondly, it gives you the cooldown that you'll need because if you're going to use your abilities often, you'll need the energy, you'll need the cooldown. So Aftershock will be my first item. So anyway, here we are in a fight, and I will go in for the box so we finish him off. And however, Glaive does get killed by the turret and many other things. My team, as you can see, it consists of Saw, myself, and Glaive as a support. The other team, interestingly, has two tanks, an Arden and a Catherine. This is going to be quite tough for me because tanks are much more hard to kill, and I'll need to stay in battle much longer to clear them off. The good thing is I got Aftershock, so if they were to build extra health, which they usually do, my A ability will do a chunk of damage. Saw does go down there, unfortunately, but he assures us that things are going well. Well, we trust him. We would like to believe him, but it's a nagging feeling in the back of my mind that the turret is going to be pushed as much as possible. Yeah, there we go. You see Vox right over there. He's definitely going to try to attack the turret. But okay, the pressure's off the turret right now. I bought a Swift Shooter here, as you can see. There's a reason behind that. Because I felt my jungle clearing was really slow, and I wanted my smite stacks to get up really quickly, especially if I'm going to face the enemy later on. So that's why I bought the Swift Shooter. So no matter what, at the end of the day, having some attack speed on your crawl, it's always a good thing. In fact, I've seen some builds for CP Krul that involves having an alternating current. Now, that's not exactly a bad idea. Imagine his once you have built enough crystal power, your basic attacks will do quite a lot of damage as well, thanks to the AC. So yeah, you could definitely try an alternating current. For me, I went with the aftershock build. Well, mostly because I like the damage it gives me on my A ability. So yeah, that's basically all I can say about it. So, but I think definitely if you're going for the alternating current build, you will see that it resembles much more of the weapon powered crawl that you're so used to with the attack speed and all that. So for those of you who still want the best of both worlds, that might be a good thing to go with. So just take note of that. For those of you who have tried the alternating current build, please feel free to let us know how it goes, how it's like, and would you recommend it over this build instead? Yeah, please let me know in the comments section. Yeah. So here we are in the jungle, enemy jungle. We're gonna steal the farm. I'm gonna take the money. I'm gonna need lots of money, by the way, to get my builds up. And yeah, so Arden over there not wanting to engage with us, and rightfully so, because he's alone right there. So we're just gonna do our farming as usual. Catherine's up there by Arden though, but so I was a bit afraid that he can be running into trouble. But I think, yeah, Saul's a big boy. He can take care of himself. And yeah, so okay, I got my ultimate now, so it's gonna help me a lot. And I got my aftershock, so this could be very well my first power spike in the game. And I'll be able to manage my energy levels much better now. So let's see how it goes, guys. Let's see how this aftershock helps. When I used to play Krul, back when Breaking Point was still an actual first item you can build on Krul, I did actually build him in such a way it's Breaking Point, Shiver Steel, and then Aftershock. That's what I like to do. It's a hybrid build, because it gives me the power on the A ability, and my B ability is very strong too. So that's what I like to do when I was playing Krul, of course. So moving on. I'm still okay. I'm getting my next item now. My next crystal item. That would be my broken myth. I feel that because Krul's usual style of playing involves him being in battle for quite a few seconds. So if you can leverage your breaking point, I'm sorry, not breaking point. If you can use your broken myth, well, you can by the end of the fight, you'll be having like all 7 stacks on your broken myth, and you'll be doing lots of damage. Can you imagine just being able to smite somebody with 7 stacks of your broken myth? Is going to hurt a lot. So that's why I was thinking of building towards that broken myth. Here you can see I'm trying to take on the turret. I'm getting hit a lot by the enemy team, and I was like, oh, okay, time to get out of here. I pop my potion, and I hide back into the bush where it's safe again. Krul should always be feared inside the bush. Because of his heroic perk, whereby if you spend a few seconds in there, it automatically slows the enemy on your next basic attack, which I did right there. Unfortunately, Glaive punt the Catherine away from me. I'm unable to finish her off. So here I am, just gonna take the farm. Yep, there we go, and I'm just gonna. And I don't know what Vogt was doing with that out there. So, okay, he wasted his ult. That's okay with me. And we're just going to finish off the... Ooh, look at the burst on Vogt. Oh, man. And here, another Deadman's rush onto Arden, as well as Saw's constant shooting. Well, we managed to finish off Arden really quickly as well. So, there you go. By the way, this is a tier 3 skin for Krul, and I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love the effects that they have on tier 3 skin. I love the way he does his A ability. He kind of like jumps in and does like a little like a rocker kind of thing. Look at that, like that, right? So and his B ability, Smite, has, if you will see it later in a while, Yeah, it has that fireworks thingy, like pyrotechnics, as though he was in a rock concert. So it's really cool. I love the artwork. So kudos to Super Evil Megacorp and the designers. Great job. So I take out, yeah, I take out the Catherine right over there with a smite as well, and we just go in a chase right after this Arden. I have my sword toss in a few seconds, so he shouldn't be able to get away this one. He shouldn't be. But check this out. It's obvious that my sword, so-called, got him, right? I mean, it definitely was within range. And the animation showed that it was right there where Arden was, and I was wondering why didn't it stun him. So it didn't. I don't think he put on a reflex block as well. So I'm just wondering what's going on there. I should have gotten him. What a waste. Right. So moving on, we're gonna clear the farm and let Saw push the lane as much as he can, keep them busy while we take their farm. So that's the good thing about Saw. Saw, he's a handful. You need to have like 2 people up there to kind of push him back. But if you do that, then the junglers will be free to invade your jungle. So that's what exactly we're trying to do, using Saw's advantage to using Saw's push to our advantage. I beg your pardon. Yeah. So Saw got caught off guard there. Unfortunate. Well, nothing I can do about that. Not yet. It's too far away. But we're gonna help push the lane a little bit as well to keep the pressure up on them. Okay, dokie. So as you can see, I already have a piercing shard working very close to my broken myth. I'm waiting for that power spike. That'll be awesome. And waiting for Saw to come back lane. Arden decides to come into the bush, so I'm like, okay, welcome to the bush. I'm just gonna try to take out the enemy Vox, but he's just so low. I throw the sword, I miss him, but on the rebound it hits Arden, who is absolutely, just stunned for like hours there because of the return distance on the sword toss. So that was good. That was really good for us. And yeah, that's Catherine right there, just trying to do some poke damage right there, and just steal the farm again. So as you can see, everybody, the crystal build crawl requires quite a bit of money. Aftershock might be quite easy to get after a bit, but if you want to build towards your broken myth and everything like that to get your next power spike, you're gonna need to have your what do you call that, money. I'm already stealing the jungle as many times as I can, but still not enough to build a broken myth yet. So you have to take note that if you're going to go with this build, it's going to cost you quite a bit. Not able to finish off the enemy again. Unfortunate. You see, that's the thing. If you were a weapon-powered crawl, you could just keep walking and following the enemy and just keep hitting them with your stacks. You have your lifesteal, thanks to how hard you're hitting them with. So it allows you to stay in the battle much longer. You don't have to actually retreat. However, for this build, you have to probably start getting out of there once your barrier from the A ability is down. And then wait for your next turn to jump back in again in order to do that, to fight again. So you have to understand that sustainability is not as what it used to be. However, the barrier that you get from using the A ability, of course, is definitely very strong. It's just that you're not able to just stand there and keep hitting the enemy and not die from it, right? So just take note. This is more focused on burst. Speaking of burst, you can see I almost take out the cat in there until she does her storm guard. What a waste. Yeah, so now I'm able to afford my broken myth, so that's the good news there. And I should be able to hit my next power spike in this case. And what else am I gonna get? Nothing for now. I don't have much money, so I'm just gonna stay. Oh, and Saul gets caught out there, and I'm just gonna go back to the action. Yeah, so pretty tough game, I must say. This game composition basically is one that the Arden and Catherine just supports Vox to hit his power spike to deal with us. So basically he's the only carry in the whole game. It's tough because it's really hard to get an ace off the enemy team. They're so tanky, and they take a lot of hits, so it's so difficult. But we do our best, you know what I mean? And very nice tactic here by Glaive to have use his afterburn on the gold miner so that we can take out the gold miner safely. So that was a pretty good tactic. I like this Glaive support thingy. It's getting more and more popular, so I like it a lot. And okay, so here we go. We don't really know if they're gonna fight us. We get the enemy Arden, do we? No, I'm silent, so I can't use my abilities there. But we do try to take out the Catherine. I stun her over time, and I smite her. And we're now down to taking these two out. And we should be able to take out the Arden. Vox comes back into the gauntlet. It's like, okay, well, thank you. We finally get the ace that we were looking for from the enemy team. So now we're going to push the lane as much as we can. There we go. We're going to get some good money out of this. And I'm able to buy my next item, if anything. Just to let you know what I'm thinking about right now. Most likely trying to get a clockwork. To be honest, I can't remember. I think I was trying to build towards a clockwork. We'll find out. I'm going to the shop very soon, and I was like, okay, I abandoned that minion because I didn't want to risk it. And let's see. Okay, now I'm at the shop, and what do I get next? Do I get an atlas? Really? No, right? I get a... sorry guys, give me a while. I can't remember. Okay. I was trying to build towards a Shiver Steel, and okay, I got an Atlas Pauldron as well for the Vox, because the Vox is weapon powered. So I'm like, okay, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll go. I throw one at Vox. I go in again, and I can't finish Vox off. Unfortunate. And so yeah, it's an unfortunate fight there. We couldn't finish anyone off. So okay, my thinking right now is that I think I was going for health. I was going for the Shiver Steel, so as to be a bit more tanky, a bit more, I can sustain myself better in fights, and also stick closer to my opponents too. So that's what I was trying to build towards, instead of any more damage items. Now, if I were to do it again, I might think of going with a clockwork, or let's see, a clockwork or an alternating current. But I think most likely for this build, I might have gone for a clockwork. The clockwork is going to be great together with your aftershock. You can probably do your Dead Man's Rush every, what, 3 to 4 seconds, I think? 4 seconds. So it's a really good thing to have, because imagine your barrier itself lasts for about 3 seconds. 1 second later, you can go in with another Dead Man's Rush to put up barrier again, and you'll be super hard to kill. So you guys out there, try it out. Let me know. Clockwork and aftershock at the same time, and of course together with your other builds. So as you can see, we were melting the enemies there with my Dead Man's Rush on Vox early on. You can see that huge bursts because at that point in time I was already, if I'm not wrong, close to 7 stacks of my Broken Myth. It was a huge damage right there, and we're just gonna try to push for the game. We're just gonna keep taking the crystal right here. We know the enemies are up because of the cooldown time, respawn cooldown on taking out the turrets. I'm just gonna focus on the crystal, and I smite it to take the win. And now they're all on top of me. So there you go, guys. That's the game. So I hope you enjoyed that. So like I said, this is the crystal build crawl that takes up quite a bit of money. You need to really get your money. Steal the farm as often as you can, and don't be scared to go in. Your burst will be immense. So I would have, if I could do it all over again, maybe I would have sold my Swift Shooter, and I would have bought a Clockwork. So Aftershock, Broken Myth, Clockwork. This is going to allow you to do your A abilities much more frequently. So you go in with your A ability, you start putting up your stacks onto the enemy. 3 seconds later, your barrier goes down. 1 second after that, you can go in with yet another Dead Man's Rush to put the barrier up again. And by the time you do that, you will already naturally, I think you will have at least close to 8 stacks on your Spectral Smite. Activate your B ability, take them out. That's basically how you do it for this particular build. So I think it might have worked. I do regret not building that clockwork to show it to you guys. I was instead going for a shiver steel. Maybe not necessary at all, because if you're gonna have your A ability up so often, you'll be able to close the gaps on people quite easily too. So kudos to all my teammates. Very nice game there, and hope you enjoyed that video, everybody. And do like the video if you did, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.